Hey, first grade, we are here to show you how to log on to your Google Classroom for the first time. This is going to be a long, painful process the first time, but I think once you get it saved on your device, it should make things a lot easier. Have patience, and the kids have super long email addresses, but we're not going to require them to put all that in. So let's take baby steps in this. Let's work on getting names first, and then we'll start adding the rest of it in. So parents, you're going to have to jump in and help probably this whole year, and then after this, I bet they'll just take off. This will be their email address till they graduate high school. So this is a good time for us to start down this road. We are going to do this just in case we have to go distance learning again. This will help ease the transition. It will help us communicate better. It will help. It's a one-stop shop for all of your classes, all the videos, submissions. It might eventually make us to where we wouldn't have to go back and forth with packets. But fingers crossed, we do not have to do that this year. And this is just an awesome skill for y'all to learn. Now, in the whole beginning of this corona shutdown, it was kind of scary for everybody as far as classroom stuff went, in addition to other things. However, it kind of gave us some really good ideas. And one of the ideas that we had was, parents, if your child is absent, you'll be able to log on and see the work for the day. Even if your kid just has a dentist appointment and misses a class. If maybe they're confused. We didn't learn how to read by phonics. And so sometimes it's hard as a parent to help your child. Well, now you get to watch the lesson, and they're not super long. And hello, what about the new math nowadays? Kind of crazy, right? Well, now you get to see me teach them the lesson, and so that's going to help tremendously when you're trying to help them with their homework, because we did not learn that way growing up the way that they're learning now. P.S. They're a whole lot smarter than I was in elementary. So this is how we're going to log on to Google Classroom. First, I just entered Google Classroom into the search browser. Then this is going to come up right here. So click once, and it's probably going to bring you up to this screen. There might be a picture right here that says student or teacher. Log on as the student. I already did that once on this computer, so the pictures aren't coming up right now. But if click student and then go over here to this little plus sign. Right now, this computer is logged on as an elementary teacher, and your computer might be logged on as you. So this will benefit you one way or the other. Click plus, join class. Then it's going to bring us to here, and it says you're signed as an elementary student. Well, and it might say you're signed in as mom or whoever that's on that device. So we're going to go over here and we're going to click switch account. And then we're going to use another account. And we're going to come over here and we're going to click view accounts. I said that. Aha. Okay. Now we're going to go to add account. Now, I'm just going to pick on David because he happens to be the front of the stack of copies that I have of usernames and passwords. So, every child's email address is their first initial, their last name, oops, too many, can't spell, and then, let me move my keyboard out here. Now, every once in a while, like we have kids, maybe their kids' names are Bob and Bertha, and so there's two B's in that family. So then you might have to add a 1 there are a couple of kids who have to add a 1 or a 2 next to their name. But David is not one of those. There's not very many kids that have to do that. So we're going to go D. Adams at, and here, parents, this is what it's going to take a while for you to help out. I would let David type D. Adams, and then I would take over from here. So we're going to type STU. That means student, dot, for San, dot, ESC 18. Oops, 18. Anybody ever wonders, that's Education Service Center. If just in case anybody wants to know, that's our region center that does our technology, among other things. Okay, so here it is. First initial, last name, and then everybody's is the same after that. At stu.forsan.esc18.net. We're going to click next. Oops, I didn't show you. Next. All right, everybody's password is Buff, and then we're going to type in his lunch password number. That password is going to get you into everything that we need for school. So I type in his number, and then we go to next. Welcome. And we accept. David, I'm agreeing for you. Okay, so there he is. He's in his account. And let's see what happened. What did happen? There he is. Okay, so I had to get back into it. We're clicking David Adams, and we're in Google Classroom. Okay, so this says to sign in with a class code. We could sign in with a class code, but I'm going to just try to click join and see what happens. Absolutely nothing. There's Mrs. Parks, first boo-boo of the day. Aha! So click that X that was at the top that was right over here. I can't bring it back, or I wish I could. There was an X up at the top. Over here on the right it said join, and on the X on the left there was an X. I just clicked that X because the classes were actually behind it all along. So Classroom helps communicate, save time, and stay organized. We're going to click continue. He is a student. There's the picture that I've been waiting for. Oh my stars, parents, this is take 5 of this section of the video. It's 5 o'clock and my brain is mush. So bear with me. If you will come over to your screen looks like this. If you'll come over to this plus sign, click plus, and we're going to go to this section where it says class code. Now, even if you're not one of my kids, if you're not a Miss Park kid, maybe you're a Barkley kid or a Davis or a Graves kid, we have merged all of first grade's accounts. So it's the same class code. All first graders are going to enter these codes. So I'm going to start off first with the phonics code, and that one will be super helpful for you if you have been absent, if you're not understanding something, if you want to help your child more in a certain area. Look on these. There's going to be some resources that you can use to help out. So, and you probably will hear me make a fool of myself during the actual lessons, so at least I'm here for your entertainment. So I will type all these codes out and give them, put them on blooms, so you will be able to look at these one at a time, so you don't have to watch me do it all. So the phonics code is VNR 7414, Cross your fingers, click join. Seriously, I told y'all. VNR 7414. Wow, let's try a different one. 3. Oh, he's already in that class, so let's try this one. UNP 7 CLC. And join. It says it's joining. Fingers crossed, fingers crossed. Okay, so this time I did handwriting. Okay, now distance learner kids have their handwriting on a tile for their class assignments, and then they also submit the work back to us through Google Classroom. If you are not in distance learning and you're just using this as a resource, handwriting is probably not going to be anything you have to worry about. But if you'll go right here to this little hamburger stack right here, that's what that, in elementary world, that's what that's called, the hamburger. Click it, and I can click classes, and all of the classes that we have entered are right here. So far we have computer lab. You should not have to worry about that unless we go distance learning. Handwriting you should not have to worry about unless you go distance learning. If we go to first grade math and click join on this, math might be a good resource for you to use. Now, these are actual assignments, but they're assignments for the distance learners, not necessarily for you. You can look at the pages, but you're not going to actually have to submit anything and do them. Now, if your kid was absent, you might be able to come on here and there will be a video. Now, because these are our review pages, there's not videos to go with them. Starting on Friday, we will actually have a video of how the curriculum teaches the lesson, and we might go ahead and video us completing the worksheet pages. So stay tuned for that. We are making it up as we go, so check in and let us know. This will have a due date. If you click it, there is complete the workbook pages for R7, and it gives you the directions of what it is you're supposed to do. It looks a little different on this side than it does my teacher side, but of course I wish I could get into that one phonics class. Okay, don't laugh at me because I'm literally running across the room to look at the code for the phonics. This is what the teacher's desk looks like after school. There's snacks, but I don't want to start another video. That would be like take 6. Oh, I bet that's an L. Okay, back with me. See, I'm not totally crazy. I wrote it right. I just can't read my... I literally just left the piece of paper on the desk. Oh my heavens. Okay. Now we're just entering America's Funniest Videos contests. Okay, here we go. So we're going to come back here to classes plus class code VNR 74L4. That's what happens when you have bad handwriting. And we're joining. Aha, first grade phonics. Here we go. So here's our assignment for the day. At 11:14 we posted this. And we have Phonics Lesson 1, Phonics Worksheet. So if your kid was absent, you would be able to watch the lesson with them. You could complete the worksheet. You could do the 2 different videos. I will try to get those up by after lunch every day. So the rest of it is going to be for the distance learner kids, and they're already rocking and rolling, and they are scanning work and submitting it to us. Right here is a section for private comments. It will email me if you have a comment. But that's about it. You can just look on here. Aha, this is how Nolan, he's in high school and he looks at it. There's a calendar right here, and it gives the assignments that we have in. So like this is what my distance learners kids would have, and they could go in and they can just click on this. On Tuesday they need to do all of these things. Now we've only joined a couple of classes, so that's why there's only 2 different things here. There's actually probably 8 classes total, and you can join them and look at them for resources, messages, but the only ones that have to submit anything are distance learners. The rest of us are just looking at it for videos if they need them. So I'm sure all of this was clear as mud. If you run into any roadblocks, give me a call and I will walk you through it. Thanks. Sorry for being so scatterbrained, but that's just how I roll. Thanks. See you later.